The climate and landscape of Norway's southwestern region is harsh and unforgiving, making farming in this area both difficult and challenging. Despite this, hardworking men and women have transformed this area into one of the most productive agricultural regions in Norway. The Coverland Group has made its own contribution to agricultural development in the region throughout the years. Experience gained in such a tough environment has been invaluable to Coverland Group's rise to becoming one of the world's leading suppliers of implements to the professional farming community. Hello everybody, you're very welcome back to the channel. So we're back with another agricultural farming related video this week. To everybody who tuned into the video last week, thank you very much to everyone who tuned in. It was a little bit of a disaster. We had issues with sound. For some reason, YouTube decided it was going to be better to put it in an AI voice instead of my own voice. I think it was probably because I uploaded it from abroad and there was geographical issues going on. But I did get it sorted in the end. And if you haven't seen that video, I would appreciate if you would go back and take a look at it if you haven't seen it, because it is a video. It was a very, very good video, but the way it worked out, YouTube killed the video because it didn't get the views because of that AI voice that it had put onto it. So yeah, it's a little bit frustrating when you put that much effort into such a video and it gets nailed like that. But anyway, we're back today, hopefully in my own voice. For those of you who don't mind a good Mead accent, here we are. So yeah, we're talking about Coverland today, and most people, nearly everybody from all walks of farming life, will have, probably have had some dealings with a Coverland implement down through the years. It's one that this is a video. It's a video theme that should appeal to obviously tillage men, to potato men, to grass men as well, with silage equipment, balers, mowers, all that kind of stuff, and of course to the winemakers of the world who rely heavily on Coverland. Coverland would be one of the largest manufacturers of not winemaking equipment, but for spraying and stuff like that throughout the world, for vine care and stuff. Coverland Group would be one of the biggest. And as you will see throughout the video, Coverland have amalgamated themselves into this monster of a company that they are now, having bought out loads of different companies, and of course themselves having been bought out quite recently as well. And if you don't know who has bought them out, who owns them at the minute, keep watching the video and you will find out. So of course, as I always say, if you have any history with Coverland or any of the Coverland Group implements or tools, please let us know. Let us know in the comments. I myself personally have a lot of experience with Coverland. From as long as I can remember, we've obviously been ploughing with Coverland ploughs, power harrowing with Coverland power harrows, harvesting potatoes with a Coverland 2200 potato harvester, mowing with Coverland mower. So yeah, I have a lot of history with Coverland, and I would have ploughed thousands and thousands of acres with Coverland ploughs, from EG85 to PB100s, PG100s. I have a lot of experience with Coverland, and they are a good, reliable, robust machine. Little bit overcomplicated, maybe the ploughs in certain areas are a little bit overcomplicated in the leaf system of the springs and that. Anyone that's familiar with the pins and that wears out, and tension rods and stuff, but all wearing parts that are easily fixed. An excellent machine. Anyway, we're going to get into the history of the company, where it started, how it grew, and where it is today. So the history of the Coverland Group dates back to 1879, when the founder, Ole Gabriel Coverland, built his small forge in the village of Coverland, 25 kilometers outside Stavanger in Norway. He named his business OG Coverland Fabrik and started to manufacture sides. A talented inventor, Ole Gabriel designed his own water-powered spring hammer and began producing between 7,000 and 8,000 sides annually by mass production. This gave him the competitive edge he needed over his rivals, who still used traditional manual production methods. In 1894, Ole Gabriel transferred his family-owned forge into a limited company in order to finance further development and growth. At this time, the company produced mainly horse-powered ploughs and harrows. However, with the development of the first tractors in the 1920s, the company soon started to explore the possibilities of making agricultural implements suited to tractors. Throughout the first half of the 20th century, the company continued to grow, developing its first tractor plough in 1928, going on to produce a new series of products including muck rakes, hay forks, stone forks, and harrows. So looking at the first acquisitions, so as early as the mid 1950s, the company started to look strategically towards further expansion opportunities and embarked on its first acquisition phase to purchase complementary producers of agricultural equipment. Globus Machine Fabrique, also located in Norway, was the first acquisition in 1955. In 1973, Coverland made its first foreign acquisition when it bought Plovfabrikken from Denmark. This event represented a milestone for further acquisitions abroad and marked the beginning of the modern international Coverland Group as we know it today. In 1983, the family-owned company was listed on the Oslo Stock Exchange. This move provided the company with the necessary resources to further expand, and in 1984, Coverland ASA acquired Klingsgrad Plovfabrik in Norway. 2 years later, in 1986, Underhog Fabrik, also in Norway, was also added to the family. Today's parent company, Coverland ASA, was finally established in 1989 as a legal entity. And again, please forgive me, my Norwegian language would not be the best, but you get the gist of it. So rapid growth in the 1990s. Then it was, however, in the 1990s, which marked the beginning of the rapid growth period for Coverland. In 1993, the company acquired Maskin Fabrik, Tarup, the Tarup company that we're all very, very familiar with, in Denmark, an acquisition which also included the UK-based Kid factory. Now, everyone in Ireland and the UK and abroad is very, very familiar with Tarup single shop harvesters and Kid mowers, the like. Of course, everyone is very familiar with them. And this video will lead on to other videos in relation to Tarup and some of its, popular machines that we would have seen in Ireland down throughout the years, and Kid, of course, as well. So this acquisition represented the first steps towards real internationalism, as the group now encompassed production facilities outside of Scandinavia. So over the next 3 years, additional European implement manufacturers were acquired by the group. So Machine Agricole Melletti from Modena in Italy was also bought up in 1985. So Accord Land Machine in Germany in 1996. And finally, the German distribution company Silo Wolf entered the fold in 1997. So, of course, anyone who was involved in tillage in the 1990s will be very, very familiar with the Accord Coverland sower, that one-pass system that was everywhere in the 1990s. Pretty much every tillage farmer had an Accord Coverland one-pass system, and they were a super fantastic, reliable outfit that done great work, and they were reasonably well priced and very, very easy to maintain and easy to use from a user point of view. And there are companies out there today that specialize in the remanufacture of these one-pass systems, and they are very, very popular. A superb system. I used one for many, many years. In 1998, the Coverland Group saw the peak of its expansion, a year when the group acquired 2 major companies and cemented its position as the industry leader. In the middle of 1998, the Netherlands-based Greenland Group was acquired. This incorporated the famous Vicon brand name into the Coverland Group family. This greatly strengthened the group's grassland machinery range as a comprehensive and top-quality product range. Later that year, the second major acquisition was made, and Rau was added to the group. Rau, with its high-tech sprayers and cultivators, was a very strong brand in France and Germany, and was also well known across Europe. So, from humble beginnings to the world's largest supplier, so thanks to these 2 acquisitions in 1998, the Coverland Group's growth strategy accelerated dramatically when it doubled its size and turnover in just 2 years. In 1997, the group's turnover was approximately 2 billion Norwegian krone, so that's roughly 175 million euro, and the number of employees mounted to roughly 2,200, with more than half the workforce outside of Norway. By the end of 1998, the group had a consolidated turnover of almost 4 billion Norwegian krone and a workforce of 3,800 employees. Coverland Group was now the world's largest manufacturer of farming equipment. And I do remember as a young lad, probably around the ages of 16, 17, 18, when I worked with a Coverland dealership. Obviously, Meatfar Machinery at the time were a Coverland dealership. when the plows would come in, when they come in new from the factory, they would be sort of semi-flat packed. So they'd come, the discs and that wouldn't be attached, or any of the brackets for the obviously the depth wheel, skimmer brackets, all that kind of stuff was all stripped off them. They came in separate boxes, and it just depended on what spec you ordered, whether you types of skimmers you ordered, what sort, were the trash boards, or were they, skimmers, or and they would come to spec onto the plough that you were after buying. So a lot of my summers were spent, amongst other things, obviously, with putting these ploughs together so that a customer would buy them, and I'd go out and I'd build them up basically, and it might take you half a day to put on a full set of discs, a full set of skimmers, put the depth wheel on, set everything up, and it was a brilliant way of learning, especially if you're a budding ploughman like I was back then when I was 16 or 17. I loved it. Properly setting up ploughs, going by the book from Coverland themselves, from the manufacturer, how to set them up, how to set the discs, how to set the skimmers, proper depths, proper bodies to suit proper conditions, whether you were deep ploughing, whether you were lay ploughing, whether you were ploughing for potatoes, or whether you were ploughing with wide wheel tractors, all different bodies, all different types of skimmers to suit different applications, and it was a great way of learning. So in 2000, the Coverland Group diversified further and ventured into the exciting area of viticulture. The group acquired the world's leading producer of grape harvesters, the French company Gregoire SA, and embarked upon a strategic move into new markets and product areas. In addition to grape harvesters, the Gregoire acquisition provided Coverland Group with vineyard sprayers and attachment for the operation and maintenance of vineyards. Further acquisitions such as Lagarde and UR Machinery, so VineStar, meant that the Coverland Group was now the largest producer and supplier of mechanized vineyard maintenance equipment in the world. Coverland Group so looked to the future. So in keeping with the history and tradition, Coverland Group strived to be the partner and supplier of choice when it comes to agricultural implements and vineyard mechanization. With continued focus on customers, they will endeavour to strengthen and consolidate the company's position as an international leader. This while remaining true to the values on which the company was founded over 125 years ago. So that is an extract that came from their website. That was their mission statement as such back in 2000. So in 2005, Coverland saw the opening of sales offices in Russia and China. The group is looking forward to building a long-term and successful partnership in both these areas. How exactly it's going at the minute in Russia and China, I wouldn't be 100% sure. But if you are watching from Russia or China, please be free to let us know. In 2006, the Coverland Group decided to merge their spare parts warehouses in Gessen in Germany and Orléans in France with one central warehouse. The main reason for the move was to further support and strengthen the group's service and operations, especially in the French and German markets. The 15,000 square meter distribution centre is located in Metz, France, and was officially opened on April 26th in 2008. So in 2007, saw a separation of the vineyard business. So in 2007, the Coverland Group decided to separate its vineyard business from the rest of the operations so as to focus on the core business areas within the grass and the arable. In 2008 also, Coverland Group has launched a more focused brand strategy and started the process of reducing the number of product brands. The main principle is that Accord and Tarop will merge with Coverland and Rau will merge with Vicon. In 2009, Coverland Group acquired Wienhuis NL Loader and Transport Wagon Division. The Coverland Group launches the second generation of virtual terminal Isomatch Telus. In 2010, the group entered a long-term joint venture commitment with Galliganani SRL on September the 1st, launch of a new range of round balers, fixed and variable chamber, wrappers, and a new range of drum mowers. Coverland Group opens a new assembly plant in China. In 2012, the Kubota Corporation acquired Coverland Group and took full ownership in May 2012. So the Kubota Group now own Coverland Group. So the Coverland Group acquired full control of Galligiani SPA baler manufacturing company based in northern part of Italy. New company name for the baler competence centre is Coverland Group Ravenna. In 2007, due to growth in product offering and need for an expanded warehouse facility, Coverland Group moved its central distribution centre for spare parts to a new location in Metz, France. The new warehouse, located midway between Luxembourg and Metz, and with proximity to major transportation facilities and European markets. This makes it an optimal logistics centre for the Coverland Group partners. The new warehouse has storage for more than 65,000 parts and are ready for growth in the coming years. In 2019, Coverland Group celebrated its 140th anniversary. Since 1879, the company had grown into a multinational agricultural implement specialist with 140 years of experience in agriculture. We will continue to further development, innovation, implement solutions for the farmer society. And that is a direct quote from Coverland themselves. In 2022, Coverland Group acquired 80% of the shares in ROC SRL, located in Italy. ROC is a global pioneer in development and manufacturing of mergers, further strengthening Coverland Group's strategic commitment to hay and forage equipment. Moving on then into 2023, and on the 31st of January, the Coverland Group signed an agreement to acquire 100% of the shares in BC Technique SAS, a leading producer of inter-row cultivators, rotary hoe, guidance interfaces and tine harrows, which are distributed under the Phoenix AgroSystem brand. Later in 2023, the factory merged with the Coverland Group, and the location is now known as the Coverland Group AC Secure. So yeah, looking at inter-row hoes, so that will be driving, looking towards the organic end of things, the precision agriculture end of things, with the need for the reduction in the use of chemicals, smart AI-driven technology that can literally work its way in between a crop, in between the rows of a crop, or individually target a weed and spot spray it, so you're not giving a blanket spray across a crop. Or if you're in the organic market, obviously, to be able to, optically sense where the rows are and adjust the machine to suit down a row. It's fascinating technology, and that's obviously a big area that they're headed for. So up to the present day then, in 2025, the Kubota Group, of which Coverland Group is a part, has established its new European headquarters in the Netherlands. This strategic move reinforces Kubota's commitment to the European market and provides a central hub for enhanced collaboration, innovation, and sustainable growth across its agriculture and industrial business areas. The new headquarters also features the Kubota Group Solution Centre, a dedicated showroom designed to present the full range of machines and smart farming solutions offered by Kubota and Coverland, showcasing the company's commitment to integrate and forward-looking agricultural technologies. And that's it for today's video. So yeah, as I said, if you have any history with the Coverland Group, any history with working in a dealership, any history working, I am sure every single person that's involved in farming watching this video has at one stage or another used a Coverland plow or a Accord sower, Coverland mower or a baler or a Vicon, whatever it is. Please drop it into the comments. If you want to see a video, if you've got a preference of what you'd like to see moving on from this video within this line, I know there's lads out there who want to see Tarob videos, and I will show I will do a video on Tarob, and I will probably amalgamate Vicon or something in there with that, because I just don't know what to be enough to make one full video on Vicon or Tarob on their own. We'll see. We'll work around it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see. So that's it. I will be back next week with another video. We're getting close to the 100th video. And as someone did say, did we not reach 100 videos yet? Well, technically, there is 100 videos on the channel, but some of them are shorts and some of them are crappy videos that isn't a proper video like these are. So within the next 2 or 3 weeks, I will have the 100th video up, and I will be doing a few spot prizes and giveaways for that. So if you're still watching at the end of the video, thank you very, very much to everyone, and I'll see you all next week.